Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Chargers of Honolulu taking on the Cleveland Browns. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to... the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He gets it to Johnston. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. You look at this Browns defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Out of the gun, Herbert. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And he'll get this out to about the 40. Deion Henley there on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
There's a short one caught by Fannin and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. The Browns had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Come on.
First down, right back to Judkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, this unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
60 Maverick.
To throw is Sanders. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Kappa. 59.
Now it's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 2nd and 10. They'll run here with a rookie. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Herbert changing things up.
Let's go. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. Herbert going to give to Hampton. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 4, this is second down and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
A run once more with Hampton. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Omari and Hampton, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point try now from Dicker. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one. Intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley.
But they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
On first down, hits Hampton. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
5-9. Set. 59. 180. Hey, Ray. Hey, go Lion.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 9.
Hey, Ram. 180. Stop.
Here's Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
12.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 17-0 our score after 1.
Ready up. Come on. Set. Panther 60. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Deion Henley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So now the Chargers are going to bring the offense back out to go for 2 here.
The Chargers will line up
Go.
for the 2-point conversion.
Set.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Browns nothing. Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
At the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Bronco 80. Ready.
On first down, here's Jenkins. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Pass the 60. You're not. Go.
They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Off the bootleg, here's Sanders. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hut, hut.
An inside run with Jenkins. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Sanders. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the round is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Sanders. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a second and 10.
Ready.
They go play action now. Sanders. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
To throw again, here is Sanders. That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now a second and 2.
Ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds Johnston. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Set. Black 80, black. Go, 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 go. Ready.
Here's Herbert. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41.
Green 80, go.
Herbert back to the air. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Third and 2.
Set. White 80. White 80.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
At the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Sanders. And now here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Green 80, ready.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start on the ground with Judkins. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. 155 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Once again, Judkins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Sanders to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing, Sanders. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line.
Ready.
To throw is Sanders. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try it now with Judkins. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense, because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 49 yards. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Herbert, quick pass out wide. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
5-9, 5, set. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Set.
Play action. It's Herbert. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Sanders. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. Nope.
And my goodness, another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Come on, set. Gravity Lions. Ready.
On play action, here's Shedeur. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. And now here is another interception. Inside the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's Sanders. Left side, he's got the tight end, Fannin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
From the 43, here's second down and 1.
At the Chargers' 83-yard line.
Bronco 80. Ready.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And this is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball.
Jerry Jeudy, 42 yards. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Browns 21. Eddie Piñeiro set to
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Charger drive about to get going. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And he's He's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Go.
Here's Herbert. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger.
Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Set. Ready.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Line. 21. 12. Ready.
After the run, now Herbert to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Go.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Herbert going to change the play here.
Go. 59. Real.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A CD there up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now a toss, left side, Hampton. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Rondé Gadsden, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line. Ready, break!
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partners, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here we go, here we go.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And that will be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They'll try and run for it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set. Go.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Set. 380. Green out. Set.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Set. 380. Green out. What is it?
On the toss, here's Hampton. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This is 2nd and 8.
Set. Hey, we got Ready.
Again, it's Hampton. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Set. 380. Run. Coleman trips right. Ready.
Trying to run for it with Hampton.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Run.
Give here to Hampton.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
380. Run. 380.
Hampton.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Honolulu,
they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
seen. Every time I start to believe